everyone. Solstice blessings, and thanks for joining. So we have a pretty cool theme today. So there's a couple things. I'm going to introduce the themes. I'm going to introduce what's come up to do, and then we're going to start with a meditation. I'm going to be doing clearing through, and what I was called to do today in light of the theme is go through a series of questions, which I'm actually going to say, normally when I do these clearings with you in the group, I'm clearing around the theme, and I don't usually share what I'm clearing to like a high degree. But today I'm actually going to. I'm not necessarily going to say what's coming up to be cleared, because it's going to be negative, what's going to be coming up to be cleared, because we want it cleared out. So I'm not going to really get into that, but I am going to tell you what I'm asking and what's being cleared, so you have very clear understanding what's being cleared. And then we're going to end with a meditation as well. Okay, so let's just tune in first before I get into the themes. Let's just tune in to just connect to our heart and connect to our soul self. So just inviting you, if you're comfortable, to close your eyes. And just begin to settle down into your body, start to connect to your breath, and just allow anything that's going on in your life, anything that's going on in your day so far, just allow it to slowly melt away from your mind, your emotions, your energy field for a moment. Just start to slowly come inward, taking a moment, noticing how you're feeling. If you're feeling any heaviness, any tension. Very lovingly, very neutrally, you're just slowly bringing your focus inward, noticing how the state of your mind is today, your emotions, how you feel physically. And then just inviting you to silently set your own personal intention for this session, for this clearing. And slowly start to inhale through the nose, and just take a couple breaths, inhaling through the nose, exhaling from the mouth. And as you exhale, just really let go of any heaviness, any tension, any stress, any grief, any heaviness. And let yourself settle into this sacred container that we are in, where you're safe, loved, and supported to move through anything that wants to come up and out through this time. And slowly bring your attention to your heart space. And imagine or feel a blazing, bright, burning sun at your heart center. And begin to just breathe in and out through your heart. Just for a moment, connecting to this radiant light of your heart space. Now bring your attention up to your crown chakra, right up to the top of your head, and imagine another bright, blazing sun at your head center. And take a moment just allowing yourself to be in this space. Noticing the subtle difference, how this light feels, which may feel a little bit more boundless, expansive. Now begin to imagine the light from your heart and the light from your head chakra is starting to flow between each other, creating the most beautiful, soothing, yet illuminating current of liquid light. Imagine the love from your heart is going up to your crown. And imagine the wisdom of your mind is going into your heart. Now, inviting you to start to focus on your third eye center, your ajna center, right between your eyebrows, right where the bridge of the nose meet. Stay with your breath. Breathe. We're going to begin opening a triangle of light that will be a receptor center for your session today as the light from the sun pours in this from this solstice portal. So begin to imagine your ajna center, your third eye point. The light from here is flowing into your heart. The light from your heart is flowing up to your crown chakra. And the light from your crown chakra is flowing back into your ajna center, your third eye point. And just imagine this triangle of light and this flowing current of liquid light flowing freely through these centers. Now, inviting you to call forth your soul. Feel, if you can, or just know when you call your soul forth, the soul completely starts to infuse you with its presence of love, peace, harmony, warmth. Maybe even tune into, see if you can feel the wave currents that the soul is. Imagine waves of light flowing side to side, or front to back, or just infusing and cocooning you, rocking you, soothing you. Now tuning into your spiritual team or any guides that you're working with, anybody that wants to come forth to support you today, just call them forth, allow them to come in, to be with you, feel them at your side, at your back. We are also blessed today with two goddesses that want to join in. One is Isis and one is Aphrodite, which we'll get into in a minute. So if it resonates, you can also connect with them for a moment. Isis today is supporting us in a rebirth and reset. And Aphrodite is here to support and open deeper love, divine love. Now take a deep breath in and deep breath out. I'm going to just take a minute and tap our thymus gland. So just right almost where the top of the sternum or your cleavage point is, you're going to just start to tap this area. This stimulates your immune system, but it also stimulates a deeper gateway, second gateway in your heart chakra. Now you're going to take a finger or two fingers up to your ajna, third eye center. And you're going to start to just move those fingers up and down your forehead, starting at your third eye center and just moving it up and down, really opening and stimulating that pituitary gland, really opening up that third eye, coming into just a more awakened intuition that's ready to awaken and come through. This is really good to do, by the way, if you ever want to awaken your third eye, connect to your third eye, and also just to get calm. Calm and get clear. Now just take a deep breath in. And slowly exhale, release your hand down. And you can keep your eyes open or you can close them. I'm just going to go into a little bit of the themes now. And again, you're welcome to ask any questions or comments. So if you have anything, please feel free to just put it into the chat. Okay, so I'm just going to talk a little bit about our themes, and then I'm going to go through a bit of just kind of what was prompted to say, and then we're going to start the clearing. So the clearing for you has already started, actually. It started a few days ago, but we'll go through this clearing today. So our actual theme is a return to innocence, a return to who we truly are. And so the invitation for us is to kind of ask, what does innocence mean to me personally? And the overall theme is actually love. So Isis is here to support and facilitate the rebirth. So she's facilitating the reclaiming of parts of ourself that have been blocked or shut down from love. You know, as Rumi says, our true essence is love, which is really a state of consciousness. And the journey as part of this earth school is as we go through different veils of illusion, and that's part of the experience. If we remember truly at all times who we were, then that would negate the experiential element of this earth school. But our journey is really to, and through this journey is how we actually have a deeper connection and understanding and consciousness of love. But we always are love. It's just about identifying those aspects and places within ourselves that we've walled up, or that we've shut down, or that have been blocked, or that we've fractured or fragmented out for many different reasons, which is part of the journey. So Isis is here to really help us to reclaim those elements back. So she's helping us to facilitate reclaiming where we were hopeless and opening up to more hope, where we have lost faith or have been in doubt, and opening us up to even more faith, where we have experienced or see inequality and injustice. She's helping us to birth a new consciousness of understanding and clarity so that we can see a better way and come to new solutions. And where we've been abandoned, forsaken, rejected, where we feel unloved, where we feel unlovable, or where we feel unworthy, her message to us is we now need to choose ourselves, and we will and are choosing ourselves. Aphrodite is here and invites us to fall in love with ourselves as if we're seeing ourselves for the first time with brand new eyes, to fall in love with our life in a way maybe we've never even thought that was fathomable. So the clearing in the session today is going to be about opening up to more love, opening to receiving love, and opening up to being able to start to perceive where love is all around us that maybe we couldn't have seen before. This is going to be, the clearing is going to be working on all levels. It's going to be working on definitely opening us up to more divine love, but it's also going to be working on relationships that we have. So that could be for sure a relationship with ourselves, but it could also be relationship that we have with people, our family, our intimates. If you have children, your children, and the world even. So your own team, your own guidance, your own soul will be applying the clearing to you specifically, even though we're doing it in the group setting. So you will get what you need. And it's actually more exponential and powerful in a group setting because we've got so much energy here to facilitate it. So know that if you're healing, if you're grieving a relationship, if a relationship has changed dynamic, or that person has gone, transitioned, or just it's different in some way, you are different in some way, whatever is going on in your life in relation to love is going to be addressed in this clearing on some level. So healing will be happening, and it potentially will be happening, and it has happened, but also will potentially be happening for, I'm getting 2 weeks. So that could just be, and I'm going to request right now, actually, I'm going to request what's called a healing temple, so that most of healing is done while we're sleeping. And we're requesting that any healing and transformation is very, very gentle, easy, and if possible, done while we're sleeping without crazy dreams. So we're going to, as we open up to more love, it will be dissolving any fear or fears that we may have been having a hard time with. And remember that every time we choose love, every time we choose compassion, every time we choose kindness, we are creating the new paradigm. We are also joining up every time we choose that to the light of those thought forms, that consciousness that is on the planet, and that everybody else who's plugged into it. So we unify with them with those souls, with that consciousness, and with that energy. And that creates a higher vibration on the planet. So just inviting you to silently repeat, I am enough. I am love. And I welcome to receive all the love that is ready to pour into my being, into my heart. And I welcome the love of my soul. I am enough. Okay, so I'm going to start the clearing. I'm going to start to go through some questions. Nothing that you need to do or answer, but if you feel something intuitively, you're guided to write something down, you have your own message that comes through that this elicits, then absolutely please, honor that. So the first question I'm going to ask is, what beliefs, perceptions, or judgments are blocking me from love or responding with love? So what needs to be cleared that that's potentially blocking? So they're clearing around. These are blocks, so I will kind of say what's coming up, and I will say if I'm prompted to, but generally I'm not going to say everything, as I said, because we don't want to imprint ourselves with negativity. We just want them cleared. Okay, so they're clearing around faith, self-forgiveness, self-esteem, endurance, laughter, love, blocks to love, blocks to good, blocks to love of life, blocks to love of men, blocks to love of self, and blocks to love of women. When blocks like that come up, you might feel like, I love men, I love women. It's both. We just have programming that's generally in our subconscious, that oftentimes we're not even aware of, and sometimes we are. But those can block us, and they're from past lives. So we just want those cleared. And then blocks to optimism. Okay, so they're clearing these. And they're clearing around abandonment. Abandonment potentially will be a theme today. Abandonment, rejection, feeling forsaken, feeling unloved, unsupported, those kind of things, because they're generally part of what blocks us from love. So they're clearing around abandonment and anger. So we're requesting all programming and unresolved energies across all bodies and minds, layers and levels, lives and realities, right to its creation point from all directions in zero time to be cleared, including any negative response patterns that are blocking or creating any beliefs, misperceptions, or judgments blocking us from love or responding with love. So now the next question is, do we have any blocks to experiencing love in any given situation? Yes. So we're going to ask for any past or current life trauma patterns to be cleared. I'm just asking if I need to get the energies, and I don't. So we're just going to request that. Now I'm asking if there's anything that we need to clear in order to open us up to be completely 100% ready, willing, and able to choose from love. And if it resonates silently, just affirm, come into your heart, maybe even place your hand on your heart, and just affirming, I am ready, I am willing, I am able to experience love in all situations, to release any trauma and trauma patterns, to release anything that is blocking me from love, choosing love, including anything I'm not aware of. Okay, so this actual theme, you may not be conscious of this, but this actual theme is triggering blocks in and of itself. So I'm just being brought to clear those. Okay, so that's normal. We want to open our heart, but we're usually very sensitive, empathic. We've all been traumatized, from the heart. And if you're on Earth School, there's been trauma. So we want to be vulnerable, but there's a vulnerability to being vulnerable, and we do want to kind of do it in a way we want to have our boundaries, and we want to be able to do that with our heart open. And we're all learning how to do this. We're all learning how to do this now in this new consciousness. So we're doing a lot right now. So I'm just going to ask what needs to be cleared that's coming up, that's blocking currently. And they're giving a little extra support. They're called spiritual kicks. They're not actual kicks. They're gentle. They just help the personality to kind of come into the alignment. And so they're clearing around freedom. Because that's the thing, when we can't fully open our heart, and we're learning how to do that in a balanced way. But it's like the process to opening is the most wobbly, because we're figuring out our boundaries to keep our heart open, but in that process we're kind of figuring it out still. So because once we're in it, once we're able to maintain that higher frequency, that automatically negates any negative energy or lower frequency that's going to come at us, or so it's kind of like, that's why it's the process. But when we're not able to be fully opened in our heart, we're not free. They come hand in hand, right? So when we want to be in love consciousness, so in love, then freedom is a part of that. So they're clearing around freedom. Okay, so now I'm just making sure, they want to clear around codependency, appeasement, guilt, imbalance of responsibility, so that could be over or under. So I'm just going to request for this to be cleared. Okay, so I'm just asking, are we ready, willing, and able to receive answers, guidance, light, and energy to take the next steps for our future, our highest good, our highest alignment to our soul self? So I'm asking if there's anything that we need to clear around this, and I'm getting a yes. So they're clearing what's called an inheritance program, which is a base incarnational program. And that just means they're clearing out inherited beliefs, basically. Because if you're here, you're called here, then to something like this, you're doing work on behalf of the collective and on your lineage. So sometimes that's where some things come up and why. And then they're clearing around conflict. So these are just programs. So if you feel anytime through the session you need some extra support, or you need just to feel an extra presence, call forth Isis or call forth Aphrodite. They're here with you, but remember, and they'll be with you for a while after. But even through the session, if you feel that something kind of sticky is coming up or painful, connect to your soul, but you can also connect to them. They're here today really overseeing and facilitating this for us. It's like they're cocooning us in their auras. Okay, they're just clearing out a lot of past lives. We don't have to get into the energies. They're just clearing it all out. That whatever's available for us to be cleared, that's no longer serving. Okay, so I'm just asking if we need to clear anything around trusting our guidance. And that might sound weird, but in past life, if we've been doing something for spirit, if we were healers or we were channelers or we were doing any type of, like that's part of, you would have been burnt at the stake or you would have been hurt or killed from it. So that can set up programs now that block us now from trusting our guidance. Again, we're not always conscious of this. It's just clearing in programs that create separation from love. So I'm going to invite you to take 3 deep breaths and really breathe in your solar plexus. So right deep into, right in your epigastric center. So right above your navel, below your sternum. Just a few deep breaths there. Just really let the energy open up there. Notice if you're clenching there, let it soften. And if it feels really heavy or it feels really kind of constricted, maybe just spend a little bit more time. Maybe even place your hand on that area for a bit. Because what's coming through is a lot being activated in the 3rd chakra because you're taking your power back. We take our power back as we open up to love, but that can activate, like, am I safe to do this? I've been abused or I've been mistreated or manipulated, and that's, an imbalanced 3rd chakra, and that's what we're really healing from as we start to open up into the higher chakras in this new consciousness. So that's why that's coming through, if that resonates with you. Okay, so now I'm just asking if there's anything that we need to clear in order to be completely ready, willing, and able to clear and release and forgive all the past experiences of shame, guilt, and betrayal to heal our hearts fully. And so I don't have to do any research with this. They're just saying I'm just to request it, and anything that is ready to be cleared and released around all of this is going to be that. This is a big clearing in and of itself, actually. And if anything's coming to mind, you have a memory, you have a difficult situation right now you're working with, then take a minute and just allow that energy to come up. And then imagine a violet flame river flowing in front of you, and you're tossing that memory or that energy into that river. Okay, so we're just requesting that high vibrations, new vibrations, or an alignment of vibrations of peace, love, and harmony are established in our hearts. And we're requesting all inherited memories, energies, belief systems, and subconscious issues around worthiness are cleared. And now I'm asking if there's anything we need to clear to help us open into our full alignment and receptivity to the increase of flow of abundance in our lives. So we're going to do that. So they're clearing around intolerance and anger, appeasement and betrayal, restlessness, resentment, and panic. I'm just requesting our minds are reprogrammed and our hearts are reprogrammed with new beliefs so abundance can show up more easily for us. We're requesting all challenges around prosperity and abundance to be cleared. We're requesting the clearing and strengthening of the root chakra in order for us to maintain strong vibrations in the flow of abundance. And we're asking for the clearing of our spinal column and spinal cord of personal and generations energetic data. We're asking a reprogramming of our central nervous systems with new abundance vibrations and patterns. We're requesting an energetic, gentle detox at a cellular level to bring more healing into the cells to rewire the brain for abundance energies. So maybe ask yourself right now, what kind of abundance would you like to bring in? What more would you like? More abundance of love, abundance of peace? Be anything. And they're requesting all blocks to receiving higher vibrational cosmic energies in the brain and requesting the circulation of these higher vibrations to be moved gently through the body. We're requesting that all healing, calling in healing and wholeness committees to facilitate this. So we're asking that all healing is accomplished for the heart, the brain, the organs, and cells to increase the flow of love, joy, harmony, and inner peace. So maybe just imagine your whole body and your cells being infused with this light. Imagine they can handle, all your cells can handle this influx of love and flow of joy, harmony, and inner peace. So they're asking me to take a pause for a second in light of this. When you've done a lot of the work, what we're really starting to establish now at this point for ourselves is to actually create new circuitry in our physiology so that we can handle these higher frequencies and maintain them longer at higher frequencies consistently. we have a lot of pathways because of where we're coming from. We have a lot of pathways that hold fear, that hold grief, that hold anger, because that's where we're coming from. And that's what we've been healing. So our body's equipped for that, but our body, we're retraining and creating new circuitry in our body to be handle these higher frequencies. So how we do that is, and they are just asking us to tune into that right now. So because of what they're clearing here and applying in healing. So we just want to hold that. We just want to pick a feeling, pick a peace or pick love. And then you just hold it and breathe deeply. And as you're doing that, hold it if you can, at least for 20 seconds. And as you're doing that, you're actually literally creating new circuitry, new physiological neuro pathways and networks. And now we're asking for the gentle opening, activation, and strengthening of the third eye to receive and project high vibrational cosmic energy, to align anew with our highest path, timeline, and purpose. We're currently at a very pivotal time in the paradigm shift where we're really we're really kind of in a splitting phase period. So the timeline, we're still going to have stuff that comes up to heal. We're still going to have our challenges. We're still going to have things we're learning and growing with. And predominantly, the more we can really just hold higher frequencies as much as we can and come back to that, we're really, again, establishing and anchoring in and grounding into that timeline. So now I'm just requesting support, healing, and the requesting of anything that needs to be cleared, any programming or unresolved energies, and open for us in order for us to be fully receptive, aligned, and harmonized to the new energies coming in on the planet and the new timelines available to us. Okay, so just invite you to close your eyes for a moment, tune into your heart, and just silently respond. Are you ready to create your new reality in this new paradigm with your whole being in grace, love, support? Are you ready for more peace and harmony in your life situations? Are you ready for a clear state of higher consciousness? To allow your divine self and divine love to flow into your being and into your heart, into all your experiences. Are you ready to come into a new experience of hope, of love, of justice, kindness? Silently repeating if it resonates. It is safe for me to choose me. It is safe for me to choose me. It is safe for me to choose me. So it is. So just closing the eyes, begin to imagine the wave patterns of your soul. Begin to imagine now the wave patterns of your personality, which will feel a little different. Now imagine they're starting to harmonize and come into sync and a rhythm. They're unifying together. The wave of your souls and the wave of your personality. Now begin to imagine the solar sun. One of the gifts of the solstice portal is we receive more expansion, abundance, love. But the sun, part of the sun's role for us is it infuses us with downloads of codes. So imagine the sun being infused with the energy of spirit, pouring into your soul, and then pouring into your personality. Allowing yourself to soften, open, and receive these new upgrades, these new light codes that are going to activate your heart, activate and awaken dormant cells in your DNA, dormant DNA that's ready to come online. So that we can receive and then be ambassadors and transmitters of these higher frequencies of love and of peace and of joy. Now, really tune in, if you can, for a moment to this energy of the sun. The radiance, the brilliance, the warmth, the power, generation of it. And imagine that you have wings at your back that are opening wide, beautiful. And imagine that your whole body, including these wings, are being cleansed, warmed, and brightened by the sun. Now imagine that you are harmonizing personality wave forms, soul waveforms with spirit waveforms. You're in complete unity and alignment. Your personality is in alignment with spirit. Now, silently, if it resonates, going to repeat, and then we will close up unless anybody has some questions. So just take a deep breath in, silently repeating. I now choose to claim back my power, my spiritual strength, physical health, and vitality. I now take back everything that is in my highest and best good, including positive energies of trust, new faith, relaxation, determination, endurance, freedom, love of good, love of self, love of men, love of women, love of all, and success at all levels of my being. I am worthy. I am enough. And I now choose to align with my highest and best good, and to choose my path with freedom and love, compassion, kindness, and peace. So it is. And just take a deep breath in, deep breath out. And just take a moment, just mopping up. So we're just coming into closure here. So just inviting you to really come into your body. Just really come into your root chakra. And inviting you to set your intention as you go back out into your world. Back to innocence. Back to yourself. It's a good song to listen to the next couple weeks, actually, is Enigma, Back to Innocence. Kind of the vibe. All right, just going to close. All right, thank you for joining, everyone. Hope you have a beautiful day. And just something to keep in mind, it's always a big passage from solstice to solstice. And then the equinoxes are kind of like the in-between markers between the larger passages of solstice. So invitation is really set your intention and watch what the themes are for you between solstice to solstice. And then the equinox is always kind of like, also in a sense, a balancing point, but a check-in point. So if you follow the cycles of the moon, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like solstice to solstice goes to new moon, and then the full moon is kind of like the quarter moons are kind of like the equinoxes. So really good opportunity right now. Like, this is solstice. This is powerful. We are now entering into the kind of the yin phase now. Even though we've hit this marker of this summer solstice, we're now starting to enter into the yin, going within and starting to really connect to our yin phases and yin energies, and that heart self within. So invitation is pay attention even to the shift of the subtle energy. Very powerful, very magical. All right, have an amazing day. Thank you so much for joining, and see you soon. Namaste. Lots of love, everyone.